Hi everyone. Hello everyone. Hello, hello.
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 Hi.
It's really nice meeting all of you here. And today my talk is about the LibreOffice India community. And as you already know, Manish highlighted some of the points yesterday. I will, it says community status challenges, but I have added a personal touch and my journey for some context, and what progress we are making, I will include, okay? So, about myself, my name is Ravi. My name is Ravi Dwivedi. You can call me Ravi. Ravi is my name. And I'm from a mathematics background, and I work for Craft Cooperative. I'm a LibreOffice user and promoter, which means I do marketing stuff in India, go to events and try to promote LibreOffice, hand out merchandise in events in India. I also run LibreOffice mirrors in India. Anyone who doesn't know what a mirror is?
You should ask it the other way.
Okay. This way?
No, I meant if you'd asked, who knows what a mirror is?
Who knows what a mirror is?
We'll see.
Yeah. You want to answer?
Never mind.
Okay, I'm also a Debian and a OpenStreetMap contributor, and this is my webpage, and you can scan this QR code to get there. I hope I have given you enough time to scan that QR code already. So this is my journey. Okay, in 2020, back then, 5 years ago, I used to use Apple's macOS back then, okay? And I downloaded LibreOffice that time because in macOS you don't have MS Office. So I wanted to try something new. I was looking for other Office suites to share my documents with other people. And I stumbled upon LibreOffice, which seemed like pretty good because I didn't like Apple's whatever document writers they give in macOS, and I don't even remember the name. And around that time, I was getting into this privacy and getting conscious of my privacy and data, and I got into free software movement. So I was switching slowly all the whatever software I used to use. And in 2021, I switched to Debian due to all this free software movement and privacy concerns from macOS. I went to Debian, and I also volunteered to organize a software freedom camp online that was based in India. The website is camp.fsci.in. I forgot to mention here. Okay, so next, in 2021, when I was organizing that camp, during that time, I dropped an email to Mike Saunders, who had the last talk yesterday, because his email address was given as a contact below a flyer on Wiki, on the TDF Wiki. And I wanted to translate the LibreOffice flyer because at that time I was talking to a college, an institute, and I wanted to present a LibreOffice flyer to them. But I wanted to translate it into local language. And then, when I interacted with Mike, as I was organizing the camp, I invited Mike to give a talk on LibreOffice, and he promptly accepted my invite. And here's a screenshot of our camp, Mike giving a talk on LibreOffice in our camp, where more people from India got to know about LibreOffice in this. And I also got to know at that point, I also found out that LibreOffice India community was active before in the past, but when Red Hat people got transferred from Pune is a city in India, thus the community kind of died. So I was planning to resurrect the community to make it alive at that time. So it is 4 years ago. So in that quest, what I did was I represented LibreOffice at events. I went to events and had LibreOffice installed, sometimes a small stall, or sometimes we had more merchandise than this. In this one, we have document freedom stickers and LibreOffice flyers, and in others, sometimes we had pens, LibreOffice pens as well, which were given to me by TDF, shipped from Germany, and sometimes we also print it locally. So I went to DevConfs and other free software events locally to raise awareness about LibreOffice. And many people used to say that LibreOffice, they know LibreOffice, they want to use it, but some things they find hard to deal with, and they were having some issues, they needed support. So this was about my journey, and this is what I'm doing right now as well, representing LibreOffice at events. So this is my journey till now. Till now I'm doing this as a promotion thing for LibreOffice. Next comes the status. So the status is like, free software movement is very strong in the state of Kerala, and if you don't know where Kerala is, it's that state. It's the map of India, and it's red-colored state Kerala, and never mind the north part of the map. I can show only this map of India. So what I wanted to say for this is that LibreOffice is taught and used in all the government schools in Kerala. So in the southern India, in Kerala, and it's also in neighboring states, the free software movement and its awareness is high. But I come from the north, so that slide will come later, but we are at the status. So we also saw some Google Summer of Code participation in last 2 years, and maybe even before, but I don't know about that. So these are the GSOC participants from 2024, and that one is for 2025. They're presenting their slides on GSOC. And from the community, we also participated. Like I went to Luxembourg in 2024. I represented India there, and in 2025 I went to Budapest, and there were other few Indians as well in those global events in LibreOffice conference. Okay, so before last year, there were no LibreOffice mirrors in India. So I and some of my friends started running LibreOffice mirrors hosted in India. And let me show you, these are there are four mirrors in India, and one of them went down last month, and the LibreOffice mirror website hasn't updated it. This is a screenshot from the LibreOffice TDF mirror website. I think one of them went down, and one of them is wrongly here. I mean, one of them is not supposed to be here. I don't know why it is here. So I highlighted my mirror in yellow. So we progressed from having no mirrors to having 4 mirrors now in 1 year. If you are curious, these are my mirror stats, and you can see that we had like 600 GBs around big downloads on 13, around 447 GB on 12 December. So there is a considerable amount of traffic of downloads from India as well. Just as I mentioned, these are community-run mirrors, individual-run mirrors, by the way, and we are kind of right now paying out of pocket for the mirrors as a for the community. So we have made some progress in last few years in this regard. That we went to, we had some presence. LibreOffice had some presence in some Indian events, and we had some GSOC contributors. And we also now set up some mirrors in India. Now there are challenges, but I'm talking of which Manish already mentioned, so I'm not going to repeat that, but I will focus on my challenges, what I'm planning to do. So usually the region I come from, I live here, and the free software movement is strong here. So in Kerala, that's the state Kerala. In Kerala, we had a global dev conference there in 2023, which is actually a big deal. And they have OpenStreetMap Kerala event every year. They also have Wikimedia events every year. But I don't know why there are no LibreOffice, no contributors for LibreOffice, which are very active from that state. So I took that initiative, but I live there, and so I'm promoting not just LibreOffice usually, but free software in general in my area. So I'm very near to the capital Delhi, and Delhi has some events where I go to occasionally. So I make sure to participate in North Indian events, and on that note, so I have planned these events for the next year. Document Freedom Day on, I believe it's on 26th March, Document Freedom Day is celebrated, right? So there will be a Document Freedom Day in Delhi or nearby, and we will also represent LibreOffice at Mini DevConf Kanpur. That's a Debian event, and if you have any ideas for all another local, small local events, please let us know. We would like to do that. Also, I'm going to try to get a LibreOffice India conference to be held next year. So that would be our first LibreOffice India conference. And my plan for why I'm optimistic for that is that I got a venue for that mini DevConf in Kanpur. From that experience, I will have a LibreOffice India conference similarly, as we have one event in the north side of the country. I think that's all I wanted to say. Thanks a lot, and as we say in Japanese, arigatou gozaimasu.
Okay, thank you very much. Good Japanese, thank you. Yeah. And do you have any question or comments about this topic?
Can you say something more about the circumstances or the history of how Kerala as a state got to be such a hub center of interest and use of free software as opposed to other places? And is it just that they did more and others did less, or are there also inhibiting factors that the LibreOffice and others open source free software communities need to think of that?
So first of all, a disclaimer that I'm not from Kerala, and so their language is different, their culture is different, and so I mean the thing is that whatever I answer is not the representative answer, if you understand that. So I don't know why it happened in Kerala, but there are some guesses I have that. So first of all, we know that I think the movement against the corporates is strong in Kerala. If you say this thing will be controlled by corporates and corporates are taking over, I think that argument makes sense in Kerala. And the story of how free software movement worked in Kerala is probably another talk. But if I have to say about it briefly, I know that in 2000s what they did was to boycott Microsoft or to challenge Microsoft. They switched all their computers, of course, in the government offices. I'm not talking about private ones. In the government offices, they switched to Debian or Ubuntu. I think Ubuntu was relatively easier to install back then. I mean, compared to Debian. So they also trained, the teachers trained all the staff to work on the software. And even newspapers are using these software to print their newspapers, as what's his name? Eyal mentioned complex rendering layout. So in Scribus, complex layout was introduced by Oman government, which was used by Kerala newspapers to write in Malayalam rather than using Adobe for their publishing. So I just know that it is strong there, and it would be easier to have an event there, but I cannot do it. So in my region, it's very hard. People don't take all these arguments like privacy and corporate control very seriously. So from my perspective, it's a big deal that a mini DevConf is going to happen in the north side of the country. That will be the first mini DevConf, and Debian community is already established, and it's, I think, going on for 20 years. So collaborating with the Debian community, I'm hoping that we can make a LibreOffice community slowly and gradually in India. And I think we did make some progress, but unfortunately, we still don't have an active community.
Okay, thank you very much. Other questions or comments? Okay, pass me on.
Thank you, Ravi. So my interesting point is so how to organize your areas and community. So how to build or
How to organize
to LibreOffice community.
How to make a LibreOffice community?
Yes.
Or how to organize an event?
Not the event, community.
I don't know how to make a community, but I'm hoping that if we have some events that would make people more aware, and I believe that these initiatives like GSOC are not enough to make a community, because usually people contribute and they don't stick with the community. So if we have events, we will meet some people at least which are enthusiastic and they like LibreOffice, they want to be a part of the community. Till now we haven't met any people who want to be a part of community. Maybe like there are one or two people, but mostly they contribute and run away, right? So if we have some events, then I think there would be more interest. Right now we are not even able to do the first step to have events, right? So I think the first step to have some local events. That's how I think I got into Debian. That's how I got into OpenStreetMap, because we used to have OpenStreetMap mapping parties in Delhi. Even right now, we have every month.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. So what I'm trying to do is I'm gaining experience by organizing a mini DevConf, and I will then extend that to LibreOffice.
Okay. So my organized very small event is every month. So OpenStreetMap contributor and my team. So together the joint event.
I think your mic is not on. Your mic is on?
Maybe. Okay. I progress to the continue the event is so very small meetup every month. LibreOffice and OpenStreetMap. Now,
Like it may not be every month. It depends on
in Japan.
Oh, in Japan you
Yeah.
in Japan you do every month. So what kind of events do you do? What do you do? Like for example, like Debian has their release parties, Trixie release party, Bookworm release party. Every version has a release party. Or so, what kind of events do you do? What is small events like?
LibreOffice so meetup is so not celebrate event or very regular event. So, yeah, but also celebrate event very good option. Yeah.
Of course, also if I have time, I can add another point that the local language I come from is probably not that active in free software communities, because usually people who run the software or work, they are in that what do you say, class. They also know English. So if they already know English, there is not much incentive to also write in Hindi. So the local language support in Hindi is probably not very good, because people are not even writing in Hindi. And other communities like Kerala, they take their language seriously.
Okay, a final question. Okay, please go ahead.
Two quick comment and questions. I know that there are quite a few young students getting into Google Summer Code. And I know in LibreOffice, Google Summer Code, there are several students, young people from India. So I think if you want to organize LibreOffice community in India, I think it's an important task to hold these young people, because sometimes we can get some young students into our communities in Taiwan or in Japan, in Indonesia, but sometimes it's hard to make them stay. So I think and you said that you want to organize conference next year? India conference next year.
No, there was no conference this year. So I'm planning
next year.
Next year, yeah. I'm planning to have.
You're trying to organize the conference next year. Okay, so still, I just like what I said yesterday, I really hope that because since we are in Asia, now in LibreOffice we have 3 big continent conferences. Besides Libre conference in Europe, and Asia conference here, and the one is in Latin America. So we have 3 big continent conferences.
Taiwan, Japan.
Asia, Taiwan, Japan,
In Asia, you said
yes, right now.
3 big communities.
No, 3 continents.
Oh, 3 continents.
One is in Europe, one is in Asia, and another is in Latin America. That's every year 3 big continent conference here. So just like I said yesterday, because before this year we really can contact with anyone from India, even in LibreOffice conference in Europe, we still don't talk with those India.
There was no Indian. There was no Indian, right? That's what you're saying.
I think there are students that involved in Google Summer Code. They went to Budapest this year, right?
Yeah. Yesterday.
But we still don't talk. Yeah. We didn't talk. I went there. We went there too, but we still didn't talk from there. So I will encourage you, and maybe you encourage other people when we attend other conferences together. We can contact more frequently, and because maybe we are still not sure where to hold the next year's Asia conference.
So just for context, one of the GSOC, so I live here.
Yeah, I know.
And one of the GSOC members, I think the contributors, he is around here, and the one who gave the talk yesterday, he lives here. Okay, so the thing is that, I mean, there are others nearby as well, but as I said that the distribution is more skewed towards the south. So for me, I mean, let me give you an example. So I said that in March, a mini DevCon in the north has been finalized, a Debian event which I'm organizing, and I invited those people, those LibreOffice contributors, to represent LibreOffice or give a talk at that mini DevCon. Okay, so they said, okay, we might have an exam or whatever. So I mean, it usually is not easy for them to come from that far. Yeah, and then from that far in India, you also probably need travel funding or something, because it takes a lot of money, and all those factors are there. So and also I know that someday I would want to organize a LibreOffice Asia conference or even a global one. But for now, I'm planning to do a LibreOffice India conference, because I think that's feasible or possible right now. I don't know about whether we will be able to do a LibreOffice Asia conference right now. There are a lot of factors, because which country you're from? Which country you're from? Which country? Taiwan. So I think you will also need a visa for India, and there's a lot of So like for Indians, it's hard to travel internationally. That's also a barrier in or getting to these events. You know,
all this is something we need to overcome.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to say that there is certainly something we can. When I say we, not only in Asia but also in TBF, certainly something we can help.
Yeah, sure. So I will
ask your community and even you hold your event and something like that. I know that a lot, and I know the difficulties you face. So I'm just saying, okay, do your best.
I do have some experience, because the DevCon 23 in Kerala, that was an international event. So I have some experience with doing an international event in India. So I hope that one day we can have a LibreOffice Asia conference. So in a few years, in India, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. I want to say question, but time is up. Okay.
You can ask.
But after that, I will say that. Okay, again. Okay. So the time is 40 break. So thank you very much. Please join me again.
Thanks a lot.